sports. It's in the game.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go from Chicago. And this is not a good start. That kick falls just short of the landing zone, and this opening drive is going to begin from the 40.
Let's go now.
First down throw by Purdy. Cut by Jennings. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Wideouts getting involved in the ground game. They'll cobble together a yard there. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Third and long, Purdy. Escapes the pocket. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play, and it brings up a San Francisco first down. Purdy gets this from the pistol. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. Working inside the red zone. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Bears get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That's caught. Keenan Allen. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Brought in right side by Moore. Jukes out a 1-stop. He gets loose down the right side. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They've got a first to begin the frame. Johnson up the middle. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go.
From the 46. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Catch made by Allen. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th and 3, drive on the line.
Let's go now. Go.
Williams from the gun. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Pretty throwing here on 1st. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap for Purdy. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Purdy on 1st down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kevin Byard comes up with it. And the Bears will get it back with a long field ahead. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. We managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Went right, and that's intercepted. Charvarius Ward picks it off. And the 49ers will be set up great after a terrific return down inside the 15.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block, and then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the gun is Purdy. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Purdy. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. To throw again, it's Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. We've seen one half of football and no points just yet. Let's see who can finally break that deadlock here in our 2nd half. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now an inside give to Johnson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the 27. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Swift gets it on the option. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Working from the gun, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Chicago first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Come on, set.
They put a receiver in motion here left.
Go.
And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And that's brought in for 2, Brock. That's going to put him up 8-0. Well, Brock, the run's certainly an option as they lined up for 2, but as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you've spent all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you can run it, but there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game, and good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They just get the play off. Brought in by Ayuk. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Going run again with McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
He's back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop blitz comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Fair catch made here at the 30. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Bears football. They've got 1st down from the 31.
Let's go now. Ready?
Here's Swift to start the drive. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 34. Komet brings it in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Has his man. It's a Dunze. Juke the defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Dumped off to his running back. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle room. You call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Carney's kick is good. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And a lot to be happy with on both sides of the football as they come away with a total team victory in this one. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.